Good evening, everyone. If I am audible, please write in the chat box. And today is the day 5 of our boot camp. Guys, quickly write in the chat box. Then afterwards, we are going to begin the session in a couple of seconds. Guys, quickly join the session. Today, we are going to start with JavaScript. Yeah, hello, good evening. Okay, now, first of all, let's discuss what is JavaScript. Any of you know about what is JavaScript and why we use JavaScript? Guys, if you know, quickly write in the chat box. Okay, now if we talk about JavaScript, why we use for the for the adding the functionality to our websites, and simply it is for scripting the web pages. It provides a functionality to our web page. Okay, let's discuss the features of JavaScript. So features of JavaScript, let's quickly discuss. First thing is that it is a lightweight and interpreted language, and it is a case sensitive language. So first feature is that simply we can say lightweight and interpreted language, and it is a case sensitive language. That means if I write aman, aman, and this aman, all are treated as a different. Okay, these all are going to be treated as different in the JavaScript. So quickly discuss what are the, we can say, applications of JavaScript. Then afterwards we will discuss the basics of JavaScript. Application of JavaScript. Okay, so first application is that we can use it for displaying date and time. And we can use it for the dynamic drop down menus as well. Okay, and we can also use for the client side validations. And also we can say for displaying the pop-up windows and many more. Now guys, let's just see the basics of JavaScript. Okay, firstly, how we can do the commenting part, and I hope you know what is comment. This is the sentence or a piece of code that was not going to be in, you can say, executed. It's just for the programmers. Okay, so let's quickly write that part as well. So first is comment. So commenting can be done in two ways, in a single line or a multi-line. And I hope you know what are the advantages. First advantage is that you can make the code easy to understand. And second, you are going to avoid the unnecessary code as well. Now we have two ways. First is single line and second is multi-line. Okay, if you talk about a single line comment, we just simply use two slash. Okay, afterwards, let's say code sprint. Okay, now let's quickly see if we want to do a multi-line. For multi-line, we simply just say slash asterisk, then let's say code, then sprint, and afterwards asterisk and slash. Okay, this is the way. This is the first way of if you want to print in a sorry, if you want to comment the thing in a single line. If you want to do in a multi-line, so you will use this way. Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. Now let's quickly discuss next thing is that Java variables. If you talk about the variables, I hope you know the variables. It's just a name of the storage location. Okay, so quickly I write that it is just a name of storage location. Okay, now afterwards we have two types of variables. First is local and second is global. Okay, like we have two ways. First is local variable and second is global variable. Global variables are those variables which is written, which is declared out of all the functions. It's simply variable that declared out of all the functions. In that case, the variable is known to be a global. And local, when we call, when any variable is declared within a function, then that variable is going to be local for that particular function. Variable that declared within a function, then variable is now are local to the particular function. Okay, now let's quickly see the rules in which how we can give the name of our variables. So rules. So what are the rules? Like simply you can use A to Z in the lowercase or in a uppercase. Even you can use the numbers, but it should be within the it should be comes after a you can say a letter or a character. How? Just quickly write that. Firstly, name should be start with start with A to Z or A to Z. Okay, and it can be used to start with the underscore. Even you have the you can say freedom of using the dollar sign as well here. Okay, these are the things that you can use for printing. sorry, for declaring the name of the variable. Now, second thing is that you can use the letters, but after the first letter. We can use 0 to 9, but after one letter, or we can say character. Now, at last, we have one more rule that if you are writing like this, 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 all will be treated as different variables. Okay, why is it so? Because I have already told they are case sensitive. Okay, in nature. Now I have discussed the global variable, how actually a global variable looks like, and we have discussed the local variable as well. Now we are going to discuss about the data types that we have in the JavaScript. So if we talk about data types, the data types are of two types. First is primitive and second is non-primitive, or we can say reference data type. And firstly, let's discuss what is data type. Basically, it is a type. It is a type of values which can be stored in particular data. Like data types is used to hold different types of values. Okay, first is primitive type. Second is you can say non-primitive. So if we talk about the primitive, okay, before that I need to tell one more thing, that is JavaScript is a dynamic type language. Okay, let's make a note here. Note, JavaScript is a dynamic type language. Okay, that means we don't need to provide a data type. Like in C or C++, we need to explicitly tell the compiler that this data type, like this variable having this kind of data type. But in a dynamic one, we don't require to provide the data type to a particular variable. It's by default change or convert that type of the variable. So let's quickly see what are the different primitive data types. So first is string, then we have number, then we have boolean, then we have undefined, then at last we have null. Okay, if we talk about the string, it is basically represents the sequence of the character. If we talk about a number, it is going to represent the numeric values like 100, 100.0, and even 10 plus 5j. Okay. Then afterwards we have boolean. It is going to represents the boolean values either true or false. Okay, now next we have undefined. Undefined are the values which is undefined. And null, it is going to represent null, like no value at all. Now afterwards we have a non-primitive data type. Let's quickly go through it as well. And guys, if you are liking this session, please hit the like button as well. Okay, like what are the different non-primitive data types are? We have three types. Okay, what are those? Let's quickly go through it as well. Like firstly we have the object one. Afterwards we have the array one. Then after at last we have regular expression. Represents instance. through which we can access members. If we talk about array is the group of similar data or similar values. Afterwards, we have rep- uh, regex, that is used for the representing regular expression that you might heard in your compiler design subject. Represents regular expression. Okay, now we have covered the data types as well. In the tomorrow session, we are going to create the Amazon glue. Afterwards, we have operator section. Let's quickly discuss the operator section as well. Now let's discuss about the operators. Like what are the different operators we have? Firstly, we have the arithmetic operators, or basically you can say like addition operator, subtraction operator. These are the okay. Let's quickly discuss. First is arithmetic operator. Then secondly, we have a comparison, or we can say relation operator. Comparison, or we can say relation operator. Okay, afterwards we have bitwise operator. Then we have logical operators. then assignment. At last, we have special operators. So quickly go through all of them. Like firstly, we have arithmetic operator, we have the addition operator, we have subtraction operator, we have multiplication operator, we have division operator, we have remainder operator, or we can say modulus one, and we have increment and we have decrement. Okay, these are the different arithmetic operators we have. Now afterwards, let's quickly go through with the comparison operators. What are the different comparison operators we have? Okay, like what are they? Like firstly, we have the equal to operator. Okay, secondly, we have the operator that is going to check that whether they are equal or not, and especially whether they have the special type or not. Sorry, same type or not. For that, we have triple equal to. It will check their value afterwards, their data type as well. Okay, afterwards we have not equal to. Then afterwards we have again, it is going to check whether the value is not same and even they don't have the same data type. Okay, for that it is going to check. Then afterwards we have greater one or greater than equal to. We have also lesser than and lesser than equal to. Now let's quickly discuss about the bitwise operators. For bitwise operators, we have again we have lots of bitwise operators. What are they? Like we have bitwise or bitwise XOR, bitwise NOT, and bitwise left shift operator. We have bitwise right shift operator, and we have bitwise right shift with zero operator. Okay, these are the different operators. These are the examples of the bitwise operators. Then afterwards, we have the logical one. Logical one are only three types. Like first is logical and, logical and. Afterwards, we have logical or. Afterwards, we have logical not. These are the three types we have a logical operators. Okay. Afterwards, we have the assignment operators. Let's quickly discuss the assignment operators as well. Like assignment operator, we have only one, and afterwards they are, you can say, shorthands of writing a plus 5. Okay, afterwards we have like, let's write here, equal to, that is assignment operator, then addition, afterwards assign, then subtract, then assign, multiply, then assign, divide, then assign, take the modulus or take the remainder, then assign. These are the different types we have. And afterwards we have the special operators. Let's quickly go through that as well. Like we have a conditional operator which is going to return the values on the basis of the conditions, like if it is true or false, like this one. Then second we have comma one. Okay, this comma. So I will show like this. Then afterwards we have delete one. Then we have in. Then we have instance of new. We have void, and we have type of, and at last we have yield. Okay, we have go through it. The what are the different types of data types we have? No, today is the day 5. Chaudhary, today is day 5, not day 1. Because at day 1 and day 2, we have done the HTML part and also did a small mini project. And afterwards, on the day 3 and 4, we have did the CSS part, in which we have covered the basics of CSS. Afterwards, we have covered the project on it. Okay, I hope I cleared your doubt, Chaudhary. Yeah, hi, film buzz. Chaudhary, if I have cleared your doubt, quickly write in the chat box. Okay, now we are going to covering the if else. Okay, here I am just providing you the recap because this is the boot camp. Okay, we have if else. So if else are of three types. Let's quickly go through them. Like first is if one, second one is if else, then third we have if else if. Okay, these are the different types of we have if else in the JavaScript. Okay, as the name suggesting, we have here only one block. There is one block. If the condition is true, then if block is going to execute it. And in this case, we have two blocks. First is if block, then afterwards we have else block. Okay, when it is true, then it is going to execute. And if uh, if it is false, then that case it is going to execute it. Okay, and at last we have if, else, if. Okay, and now who will tell how it is going to execute it? So here we are going to if block, then after we have else if block, then again we can create one more else if, even we can countless number of times we can use them. Then after at last we have else one. Okay, if it is true, then it is going to execute it. If it is false, then we are going to check the condition. If it is true, then we are going to execute this part and so on. Then afterwards, we have the switch statement. Let's quickly go through that as well. So how it is going to look like? It is going to look like, firstly we will start with the switch keyword. Afterwards, we will provide a statement, or we can say expression. Okay, and in which we are going to provide a case one, in which we are providing value 1. Then afterwards, we will write the some code to be executed, and at last we have break 1. In the same way, we are going to use case value 2. And why we are using break? To come out from the switch statement. For coming out from the switch operator. Now again we are going to provide code to be executed, and at last we have break, and so on. We are going. We can add multiple cases here, and we also we have the optional, that is we can use the default. Okay, that is going to execute it when none of the cases are going to execute it. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now afterwards, here again you are going to write some code to be executed when none of the values is going to execute it from the case values. Attendance link, yes, I am sharing the attendance link in a while. Guys, if you are liking this session, please hit the like button and share with your friends as well. Like I can see like only 15 students are watching. If you are liking this session, please share with your friends as well. Now let's quickly discuss about the for loop part, like loops. Like we have four types of loops. First is for loop. Then afterwards we have while loop. Then afterwards we have do while loop. Then at last we have also a for in loop. Okay, let's go quickly see one by one all of them. Like if we talk about the for loop one, how the syntax is going to look like. Firstly, for a keyword, afterwards we will provide the initialization of the variable, and afterwards we going to provide the condition, and afterwards we are going to updation or basically increment, and in between we are going to write the code here. Okay, this is a syntax for a for loop one. Then afterwards, if we talk about the while loop, let's quickly see the while loop, how the syntax will look like. We have while, afterwards we are going to provide a condition here, and as usual afterwards we are going to write a code that is going to be executed. Okay, afterwards we have a do while loop. Let's quickly see how. Firstly, the do block, then afterwards we have the you can say while block. Do afterwards we will say code to be executed. Then afterwards here while and condition. Okay, this is the way how you are going to represent this one. Then the for in loop. Now let's quickly see the for in loop. Now it is going to iterate the properties or basically the values of the object is used to iterate iterative properties of an object. Okay, we have covered till now this part. Now it's your homework that you are going to cover the remaining part like function one. Okay, I'm giving the homework for you that you have to complete the function one. Guys, quickly share with your friends that now I am going to share the attendance link as well. So quickly tell your friends that the sir is going to share the attendance link after Current watching is more than 25. Quickly, guys, only 16 students are live. Quickly tell your friends. You are now 17. Quickly, guys, share with your friends and tell them that now the attendance link is going to be shared. If the current students is not going to longer than 25, then I will not share the attendance link now. Quickly, guys, share with your friends so that I will share the attendance link to you. And if you like this session, please hit the like button as well. It will motivate us. The assignment link will be shared on the WhatsApp. I will share the attendance link. Okay, now I'm sharing. Now quickly mark your attendance, guys. Guys, quickly mark your attendance. Everyone, please mark your attendance. Okay, quickly mark your attendance. Afterwards, you can leave the session as well. Bye, everyone.